Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? Gosh, I'm so happy to be back here to share a brand new kit with you today. And I know a lot of you have been on at me and asking me what it's about, and you couldn't wait. And well, today's the day, so here we are. Right, so here it is. This one is something a little bit different to what I normally do in a number of aspects, and I'm going to share that with you today. So I hope you're excited. Grab a cup of tea and come and join me. Right, so first of all, this is about fairies, and I've called it Fanciful Fairies, and it's an amazing kit and a big kit, but I know that you're going to love it. I've also put together a little mock-up project to show you where I'm going to go with it. So should I show that to you first? Let me move this to the side. All right, so I'll just put that up there. Right, so this is what I have put together. Just seeing if it's in. Okay, so this is what I've put together. All right, it's a little mock-up of one of two things you can do with this. And it's got this little cover. I have put 2 pieces of lace on here, and I have used these flowers. I will be using loads of flowers. I've got in extra flowers, and I will share that with you at the end. So here's the front cover. We've got a little glassine bag and 2 little tags. All of this is from the kit. And there we've got a little fairy there, and on the back you've got a little fairy reading her fairy tales book. And I love it. The flowers, the butterflies, the nature, the lace, the grandma's cottagey feel, it's all in here. All right, there is some other paper I've stuck on, and I'll go through all of that. Right, what I'm going to do is the following, but let me show you. All right, so what I've got in here are 2 separate journals. I haven't stitched them together yet because obviously I'm going to make those with you. So I have done put them like this so that you can see. All right, so we've got various covers in the kit. This is the green one, and this is the pink one. All right, but the other covers have got different images on. We've got our spine here. We've got beautiful images on the back. And then you open that up and we'll have our signature in there. All right, so this is just how I've done it. I'll go through that, and I've done one project. That's it, just to show you how it looks. We've got writing pages and all of that. Now, you don't have to do 2 separate signatures. I thought this would be a good idea if people who don't like to sew in signatures into bulky hardcover journals, which is quite a task and can be daunting, and I do appreciate that. So sewing it into something like this is going to be much easier. All right. The other idea is the same kind of a file folder. This is a file folder. So you've got the same cover, all right? And the only difference is that we would make a spine here. So we would just change the fold lines. That's it. Same size. All right. And then we could sew those in over here. All right. So, or elastic if you prefer. So you can do that as well. Either way, whatever suits you is good. But I just felt like doing something a bit different. And the reason why I think this is a good idea is because if you're wanting to put this next to your bed or go away or whatever, you can just take out one small signature. You can write and everything in that. When it's full, you can put it back in there, take the other one, or it goes nicely next to your bed. It's not very cumbersome, you know, so that's my thinking there. But as I say, you could still put these 2 into the spine there. It's just one extra little fold, and pack in your ephemera and things in here. So there's that. So it would make a great gift and wouldn't take a lot of time to make at all. We're going to add some bits to this. I'm going to show you the kit now. All right, so that's what I was thinking. And isn't that just adorable? I thought, going into June now, as we are in June, this for a gift for a child's birthday, You know, this fairies don't have an age limit, really. You can be a fairy lover from very young to very old. I love fairies, and I'm not young. But you could be 90 and love fairies, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, a little bit of whimsy in your life, you can't go wrong. So you could make these for birthdays. You could get a handle on these for Christmas as well. All right, let me show you. I've got quite a few things to share. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to talk to you about the kits. All right. Now, as usual, I do have the all-in-one digital kit, and that encompasses the journal pages, the add-on and ephemera, and the background pages. All right, that is the complete kit. So I've got the journal pages and things in here which I'll share with you, and then we'll have a look at the background pages. Now, as a digital kit, the amount of page designs I have are 86. That's a lot. You can do a lot with that, and I'm going to talk you through some of those things. However, there is also a printed kit option. You can have the same as the digital kit, have your printed signatures printed front and back, borderless, ready to go and make your project. I do that. It's a printed all-in-one kit where everything is provided for you. And that is, I had to write it here, 127 sheets of paper. Never mind what I'm printing on the back. All right, so with background pages and with your signature pages, if I add those in, that's 166 sides of printing across the 127 sheets of paper. That is huge. All right, but because it is a big kit, I've had to divide it into 3, because you might only want a part of that. You might only want the journal pages, which is your signatures, your journal page, extra lot to craft with, and your mini pages. That's 56 pages just on its own. Or you might just want the ephemera and the add-on kit, and I'll tell you, I'll get on to why a little later. That in itself is 33 pages, and the background kit is 38 pages. One set's printed single-sided, the other set's printed double-sided. All right, so that's what it's all about. But you can get it all in one. That's your best saving. All right, so let me stop nattering now, and I'll show you what it looks like. Look at that, it's huge. All right, so let's have a look at the journal pages to start. So we've got this beautiful one here. Now, on the journal pages, you've got 24 of the actual journal pages, and you've got 4 different covers with different colors and different designs. All right, so this is the first one. Then you've got this one. So I've used those 2 in there, but you could go with the lovely lavender. Isn't that beautiful? With the hearts and the sleeping bunny. I love that. And then there's this one in peach as well. All right, so you've got 4 covers. You could make separate signatures for your grandchildren, and you could not fill them with anything specifically, and with a huge amount of add-on and ephemera, you could provide it for them so they could do it themselves. There's that idea. That's why I've put the add-on separate, but also for another reason. Okay, so here's some of the other journal pages. These are beautiful pages. I love them. They've got a touch of whimsy, a touch of botanicals and nature and vintage. All right, so that's what it is. And a bit of shabby chic with in there as well. This little one is on a toadstool. Isn't that adorable? I do love these. We've got bees. We've got little crowns. That looks like the princess. Disney fairy princess. Them on swings. Now, I'm not going to go and hold each one out for a long time. I do have very clear images of this on my webpage as well. So you could have a look. Isn't that adorable, them peeking behind the flowers? And then we've got some with lace and no fairies. But you can add your own fairies, because I've got those for you as well. We've got, yeah, lots of pages you can write on these. I mean, it's just amazing. I couldn't stop. I love them. All right. Lots of beautiful pastel shades here. Okay, so we've got all of that. Yeah, look at this. Stunning, stunning, stunning. This looks like fabric, lace, buttons. We've got it all here in different shades. And then, of course, I like to add writing pages. People always ask me about writing pages with lines. So we've got that one in the sort of blush. And then we've got a green and lemon. And then we've got a peachier one. All right. And then I've just added these two here, which is also places to add fairies yourself, you know, because you might want to do that. All right, so that's your 24 pages of journal pages. You also have, with the journal kit, the sets that are printed for the signatures. There's 20 pages are going into the 2 signatures. And I have printed on the back of those. So if you buy just a journal kit on its own, you'll get this set and then the 20 pages for your signatures and 12 pages of minis, which are these pages half the size. All right, and there's all 24 designs on there. Okay, so that's your journal kit. Then we've got the add-on and ephemera kit. And I've done this differently this time. I'm not actually putting out any ultimate bundle or bundles this time. I've actually done this all with the actual items. So that's why it's a little bit different to what I normally do. So I've got the faux stitching. I've got the lovely burlap, string, twine, lace, ribbons, on these. So I've done that. So it's a bit different to what I normally do. All right. So again, I think with the ephemera side, I've got 17 pages, and with the add-on side, 16. Now with the ephemera, it will be 15 pages as a digital because I'm going to print one of them twice. All right, so I'll show you that. So here's some more of these beautiful fairies. Love the buttons and all the little details. Then we've got some smaller versions which are in different shapes and sizes, and you can see it's all been decorated. So if you're a novice to this, or if you're wanting something that's quicker, this is the project for you. All right. Then I had fun. There are a lot of uplifting nature and fairy-based quotes in here. I do like quotes. In fact, I've just started an Instagram account linked called the Quiet Strength. That's me putting out a quote every morning and every evening. Did you know that? A quiet strength. And it's motivational and encouraging in the morning, and it's reflective in the evening, and it's supposed to be uplifting. I really like them. I've always loved quotes. I've been a quote fanatic for nearly 20 years. All right, so that's why you always see quotes in my stuff. So here's some gorgeous clusters. All right. And then I've done smaller ones. We've got lots of fairy cutouts. They've all got like a faux border, like a sticker, faux sticker that you can cut out. All right, so we've got lots of bits here and all sorts of goodies that we're going to decorate with. All right, here's some different colored ones with more the tape and things, and then we come to the fairies. So I've got lots of different types of fairies, sizes, what they're doing, and all sorts. And yeah, it's just going to cut them out. Now you could just cut these into squares and let your grandchildren cut them out, or you can cut them out and provide a couple of these with a signature for them, you know. So here's some smaller ones, and then I've put some upright ones, which I'm going to use a lot of these on decorative pages. I've added lots of butterflies for you to use. And then we've got some others with some faux wax seals. I just couldn't stop with the fairies. And then we've got 2 fairies. These go onto the pockets there. All right. And then more tags. These ones have got quotes on and the others are plain. So well, no quotes. All right, so they've all come with their decorative bit on, and then as I said, some with no quotes in the different shades, and this is a good size. I like this size. Then we've got other little bits that are, this is a new piece or size for me, little quote cards. All right, and then tinier tags. Okay, so where we want smaller ones, because I do find with journaling you want different sized things. So there's that. Then we've got some journal cards. How beautiful are those? I don't suppose you can see it very well, but there's a lot of layers here with ink splotches and all sorts of things going on. All right, so there's that. And then there's just some more in the pinkier shades, different images. And then I've done some different kinds of postcards because I love postcards. So we've got those, and then some with some bees in the different shades. And then I've made some mini ones because who doesn't like some mini ones, right? And then I've just done some envelopes with some images which I haven't done before, which I enjoyed making. These are lovely. And then I've added some pockets. There we go. And some different sorts of library cards, so we'll use some of those. And then I've made just 2 envelopes. I didn't go wild on the envelopes, I've just made 2. We can make lots of others. And then this is why I haven't put in a lace bundle this time, or a ribbon bundle, because I've added it to the tags and the decorative bits. I want to keep this as flat as possible. That's the aim here. And so I've created lace for you. All right, so we've got 2 different designs here, and I did have a go where at cutting it out, and it didn't take me very long. And we can there's that one there. All right, so this is a great size, and I'm going to think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So there we go. All right, I hope that's very similar to the one that I've used on the front, and you could even use these on the front of this journal cover here. All right. Okay, so with the ephemera kit, the printed kit itself, I would print out 2 of these per printed kit so that you've got that. All right, and here's just the rest of the decorative elements. Lots of flowers and fussy cuts here. So I've tried to make this everything that you need to make your journals, which is really cost effective. All right, yeah, I mean, this is the biggest kit I've ever made. Lots of decorative elements here. All right, this is just the 20 pages with the background bits on the back. Okay, so this kit, you get the printed all in one, which is everything I'm showing you, or you can buy the ephemera, which is 33 pages printed out, or of course with the digital it's all in one anyway. Okay, so that's your kit there. I'm just going to put that over there. And then lastly, for the pages, I've got the background pages. All right, so again, I had a lot of fun with these. Right, so here we've got 2 different color spots. I don't know if you can see, but you've got a peach and a pink. All right, so I quite liked how that sort of went with everything. All right, so a bit different. And then I did it in the green and the lavender as well. All right, and then I've made these pages with stripes with hearts, which we use on the edges here in different ways. And here, I love that. All right, so we've got that in the mauve, spring green and grey, and then this one is the peach and the pink. Okay, and then I've done some flowers. So I've got the beautiful roses because that's on the background there. I love these. And then we've got some lavender ones with green, little spots as well. And then I've done some green with butterflies and leaves. Gosh, I can't grip it now. Is that just one page? Must be. And then this one is a ditzy design. So it's really little flowers with spots and things in between the apricot. All right. All right, so that's the flowers. Then I've done some beautiful other designs. You've got this lovely blush pink. You've got a great peach one, a nice lavenderish or mauve one, and a lovely green one. Okay, and then I've done lace. These are new lace designs. So you've got this rose lace, peach lace, green lace, and pink lace. And that's my dog making some motions there. And then very much lastly, we've just done some neutral postcard backgrounds. It's just one color, monotone. I've done that in green because I'm always looking for a bit of text at times, and then a peach one. All right, so that's your background set. And as I said to you, if you're wanting to get the printed kit, you get a set of these single-sided printing, and then you get a set where it's double-sided printing. All right, so that's all the pages that I wanted to share with you today. All right, now just one other thing. I did mention to you about flowers, and I have actually managed, let me put this to the side there, to put together a flower bundle. My gosh, these flowers took forever to get to me, but they're here and I have managed to pack them. Can you believe it? So I've put together 8 of these 20 in a pack, paper mulberry flowers. They are beautiful quality, they really are. All right, you get them in the pinks with the cream, with the white, the lemon, peach, lavender, and soft blue. All right, so there are 8 packs of those. And then these also are going to be, because there are loads of flowers we're going to be adding in here. It's a Flowers and Fairies journal, pretty much. We've got the green, the cream, and the peach. You've got the pink. You've got the green, peach, and cream again, but we didn't have enough cream, so I went and got a nice ivory set as well. All right, so that is what we are going to use. So this is called the Fanciful Fairies flower bundle. All right, and I have a limited amount, so all right, there's that. Now guys, I am putting everything that I have in my shop, all outstanding bundles, on a sale until stocks last. I need to clear the decks so I can make space for new things that are coming up. All right, so grab yourself a bargain. It's not going to be available for very long. As I say, when it is gone, it is gone. I have got travel ultimate bundles. I have got Edwardian ribbon and lace bundles, spring whispers of spring ribbon and lace bundles, and there was another one. Well, all of those lace and ribbons, lace, and all sorts of bits in the shop. I've also got a surprise bundle. So, for example, Pink Surprise Bundles has got this lace in it, and they're for really good prices. And I've stocked them up for rustic. The rustic journal I did for Christmas, and rustic reflections for autumn as well. Whatever was left, I've put those into surprise bundles, which come in a nice chiffon bag. So they're already rolled up and ready to go, and absolute bargain. So if you're wanting to pick up a bargain this week, run over to the store and have a look at what's on offer. There's a sales tab and a new this month tab, and that's where you will find all of this. All right, if you've got any questions at all, please drop me a line. I'll be only too happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I have got one other thing. I mentioned to you about the add-on kit and the ephemera kit being separate. The last reason for that is because I have put together journal notebooks for my Amazon store. Now, if you don't know, I do have over 60 different designed notebooks there. They are really reasonable. And if you live in one of the big countries in the world, they are available. to order that way, and they come through Amazon. So you know, if you've got Amazon Prime, you don't even pay for delivery. So there's that. So these are almost ready. They will be ready this week, but my thinking is to use one of these journal notebooks for one of your grandchildren, or for gifts, or for Christmas, and you give them the notebook. One page is lined and the other page is plain. Let me grab it so that you can see. All right, this is one of my ones from Easter. Look at the face. So as you can see, it will have these covers, which I'll show you now. So it's front and back. All right, and then it has lovely ivory quality paper. You've got a page to write on and a page to create on. So whether you making notes, doodling, making collages, sticking fairies and whatever in here, this is 110 pages. All right, so that's what this is. These are available in my Amazon storefront, so you'll find the link for that at the bottom of my description box in this video, or any of my videos really. All right, so that's what these are, and as I say, they'll be ready later this week. So as soon as I see them ready, I will put a post up about them on Instagram and probably my Facebook group first. All right, so this is what they look like. They've got this lovely spine here. This is the front, and then that's the back. Isn't that adorable? I love it. Then the green one as well. I've got one extra one here that you haven't seen. So there's that with the back. So whatever color you want, the lovely peach one with the back. And then I did this one, which is not in my kit. Look at that, front and back. It's for little boy fairies. I didn't want to say fairies. I thought maybe that was not the word. Little elf. It's got little elven ears, look. And I just called it My Journal. So there we go with a little squirrel. Isn't that cute? All right, so these will be coming to my Amazon storefront store. And if you had to give this with a lovely pen and a bow, or even some raffia around here, with a pack of the goodies that they can decorate it themselves, if it's a little girl or whatever, I think they'd be over the moon, you know. And it's good for them to sit down and cut things out, so you don't have to do all of that as well. All right, guys, there's a lot to keep you busy there. Now, don't forget, Rach has got her Daily Spread collaboration video. If you want to have a look over there and support those ladies. I think I'm going to be doing a project for her later in June, I think around the 21st. But yeah, please go and support those ladies as well. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening to me. I hope you are as excited as I am. And if you have any questions at all, I'd be most happy to try my best to help you. All right. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype this video for me if you can. I think with hyping, you can only do it on an actual iPad, a tablet, or a phone. I don't think you can do it on the TV or on a computer. But if you could do that, I would be forever grateful. Thank you so much for your support and for all your comments and things. I love reading them and answering you. Right, I'll love and leave you. Until next time, bye-bye.